Have you ever stopped to think that what appears to be weakness might actually be one of the greatest secrets of strength? In a world where women are often judged for their emotions and sensitivities, there's a psychological truth few people know. These so-called weaknesses are not what they seem. They are gateways to deeper connections, more authentic relationships, and perhaps a profound understanding of what it truly means to be human. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Talking about weaknesses as something powerful. But here's the thing. Understanding these nuances can completely transform how you view the women in your life, whether as a partner, a friend, or simply as someone seeking to learn more about the feminine universe. And the best part, this video will reveal psychological insights that can not only reshape your relationships, but also change how you relate to yourself. Curious? Then know this. Every woman carries a mystery waiting to be understood. It's not just about understanding the other, but about exploring boundaries and discovering a greater purpose in the connections we create. And trust me, what you're about to learn goes beyond any book or psychology class. Are you ready to dive deep? Then keep watching. It's fascinating to realize that feminine sensitivity is a mysterious realm that bridges science and emotion. There are at least 10 scientifically proven sensitive areas that, when approached with respect and self-control, can deepen the connection between partners. But the real art lies beyond biology. It's about understanding boundaries and creating an atmosphere of trust where touch, gaze, or even mere proximity can flourish. After all, every relationship should have a purpose, right? Start with the simplest of actions, holding hands. This seemingly basic gesture activates nerve receptors and triggers an almost immediate emotional response. It's underestimated, yet incredibly powerful. A friend once shared how the simple act of intertwining fingers gave her a sense of security she hadn't felt in years. It may seem small, but its impact is enormous, proving that consistent gestures often outweigh sporadic grand displays. Another key insight is that every woman has her own map. For example, some may react intensely to a gentle touch on the scalp, while others might prefer a soft caress on the back. This is where maturity plays a role. Listening, observing, and understanding reactions without rushing or imposing. Respecting boundaries is non-negotiable. And when in doubt, it's always worth asking, does this feel comfortable for you? Science shows that sensitivity is deeply tied to emotions. Areas like the lips and neck not only respond to touch, but also pick up on emotional nuances. It's fascinating how a hug or a touch on the face can transform a bad day into something bearable. But this only works when mutual respect is at the forefront. As a close friend once said, it's like finding the right melody for the dance. Interestingly, it's not always about physical gestures. Sometimes simply being present speaks volumes. Being there, listening without judgment, and offering unwavering support can be as impactful as any tangible act. Consistency and attentiveness lay deep roots, transforming connections into bonds that transcend time. It may sound philosophical, but it's the plain truth. When it comes to sensitivity, it's about being more than doing. This naturally leads us to ponder how these connections can deepen even further when we explore the power of biochemistry in relationships, a topic we'll unravel next. The lips, small and delicate, hold an almost magical power when it comes to emotional connection. A kiss is much more than a romantic gesture. It's a literal explosion of chemical reactions. During a kiss, the body releases oxytocin, the so-called love hormone, which strengthens bonds and generates an unparalleled sense of well-being. It's fascinating to think how something so simple can create such a profound impact. Think back to the first time you shared a memorable kiss. It wasn't just the touch of lips that stayed with you, but also the whirlwind of emotions that came along with it. That moment may have even shifted how you perceived that person. This happens because kissing activates brain areas linked to reward, acting as a reminder of how valuable that connection is. Who would have thought lips could play such a central role? Interestingly, lips also have a highly sensory side. They contain one of the highest concentrations of nerve endings in the human body, making them incredibly responsive. This is why a simple touch or gentle bite can evoke such intense reactions. This is where respect for boundaries comes in. Not everyone enjoys the same kind of affection, and discussing preferences is just as essential as the act itself. Another fascinating aspect is that kissing isn't solely about romance. It can serve as a gesture of affection in friendships or even as a cultural symbol in many parts of the world. Lips act as a universal gateway to expressing feelings. It's no wonder that a kiss on the forehead can convey respect and protection, while a passionate kiss speaks of desire and closeness. Moreover, kissing has therapeutic powers. Studies show that it can reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone, promoting relaxation and emotional relief. Imagine turning a tense day into something lighter with just a simple act of affection. It seems small, but it's a lesson in how tiny gestures can have massive impacts. Speaking of transformative gestures, why not explore other areas that are equally sensitive and can further deepen emotional connections? Next, we'll dive into the mysteries of the ears and neck, two zones that hold incredible surprises. The ears and neck form an unlikely but incredibly effective duo when it comes to fostering emotional connection. Packed with nerve endings, these areas respond to subtle stimuli like whispers or gentle touches. A simple, "I adore you," whispered close to the ear, can send shivers down the spine, almost like a secret message between souls. Picture someone softly caressing the back of your neck. It seems like a simple gesture, but for many, it's an invitation to relaxation and comfort. The neck, being such a vulnerable area, requires a level of trust that can only be built on mutual respect. This is the magic. The touch is as powerful as the intentions behind it. The ears, on the other hand, are directly tied to emotions. A carefully placed whisper can evoke unexpected reactions, blending mystery and intimacy. It's like sharing a secret amidst the chaos of the world. The impact isn't just in what is said, but in the proximity and tone of voice. It's a reminder that sound can be as captivating as touch. This isn't solely about romantic intimacy. Caring for these areas can also be deeply therapeutic. For instance, a neck massage after a long day can release physical and emotional tension. The closeness during such moments builds a connection that goes far beyond physical relaxation. Who hasn't felt their soul lighten after a well-delivered gesture of care? It's remarkable how such small zones can carry so much intensity. But everyone is unique, and what works for one may not work for another. Emotional maturity lies in recognizing these boundaries and acting with sensitivity. A well-placed touch can be unforgettable, but respecting the other person's cues leaves an even deeper impression. And if you think the ears and neck are fascinating, wait until we explore how attending to other zones, like the breasts and thighs, can elevate intimacy into an even more profound experience. The breasts and thighs are not just physical parts of the body. They are zones of profound sensitivity, carrying unique symbolism. These areas are rich with nerve endings, making them highly responsive to gentle touches. More importantly, the care taken when exploring these zones demonstrates respect and a deep understanding of personal boundaries. Intimacy without consent is like a melody without rhythm. It simply doesn't flow. A simple gesture like a light touch on the thigh during a conversation can communicate more than 1,000 words. It's not about a mechanical action, but about an intentional gesture filled with meaning. Remember, consistency in how affection is offered creates a sense of security and connection. Have you noticed how small gestures can shift the dynamic of a moment? That's what this is about. When it comes to the breasts, even more care is needed. Every individual reacts uniquely, and the key lies in observing, asking, and respecting. Studies show that touch in this area, when well received, can release endorphins, creating a state of relaxation and pleasure. It's like finding the perfect note in a song. It requires practice, attention, and purpose. But it's not solely about physical intimacy. Connecting with these areas can also be a way to show care and support during moments of vulnerability. For example, a gentle massage on the thigh after an intense workout can be both comforting and a display of encouragement. It's in these small details that bonds grow stronger. Respect for boundaries is paramount, especially in zones as sensitive and symbolic as these. Maturity lies in understanding that touch is not merely physical, it's an emotional exchange. Open communication about what is or isn't comfortable transforms ordinary moments into deeply meaningful experiences. If these gestures already seem impactful, get ready to explore the power of foot and back massages, where emotional connection and physical relaxation beautifully converge. The feet and back are often overlooked, yet they hold the keys to profound relaxation and emotional connection. A foot massage, for instance, is far more than just physical relief. According to reflexology, specific points on the feet correspond to organs and systems in the body, making this gesture deeply meaningful. It's as if a simple act can restore harmony and purpose. Have you ever noticed how much strain the feet endure throughout the day? A massage at the end of a stressful day can transform it from merely bearable to genuinely restorative. Using essential oils like lavender or eucalyptus enhances the experience, combining respect and care to rejuvenate a tired body. And the back, it's a true canvas for connection. A well-executed back massage relieves tension, improves blood circulation, and strengthens emotional bonds. A gentle touch on the upper back or light scratching near the base of the spine can provide comfort in ways that words cannot. It's a reminder that intentional touch communicates far more than rushed gestures. Feet also carry emotional significance. When someone tends to this area, they convey respect and thoughtfulness. Many underestimate the power of caring for something seemingly simple, but it's through these small acts that intimacy deepens. Who hasn't felt the world slow down after a soothing foot massage, as if everything else could wait? Maturity lies in understanding that while physical touches ease the body, they also soothe the mind. A well-tended back not only relaxes muscles, but invites the soul to let go of its burdens. A shared massage session between partners becomes a statement, "I am here for you entirely." Speaking of profound connection, let's explore how attention to the scalp and lower abdomen can forge even deeper bonds between body and heart. Stay tuned for this next intimate journey. The scalp is a realm packed with nerve endings, reacting intensely to touch. A massage in this area not only eases tension, but also creates an almost instant feeling of comfort. Have you ever gently run your fingers through someone's hair, delivering a tender, intoxicating caress? It's not just relaxing, it's a gesture that conveys care and intention. It's fascinating how this area can evoke such profound emotions. Simple circular motions on the scalp can turn a stressful day into a moment of intimate connection. In a partnership, this act becomes more than physical. It reinforces security and mutual respect. When directed thoughtfully, touch speaks the universal language of understanding. The lower abdomen, in contrast, carries a unique blend of vulnerability and strength. Light contact in this region requires absolute sensitivity and consent. For some, touch here can be deeply relaxing and emotionally freeing, as though reaching the core of someone's vital energy. However, it must always be approached with maturity and awareness of boundaries. Caring for these areas is also an act of trust. Gentle massages with calming oils like chamomile or bergamot not only soothe the body, but strengthen emotional bonds. It's a silent affirmation. I'm here to care for you. A friend once shared how such moments deepened her connection both to herself and to her partner, creating a sense of peace and unity. Consistency in care transforms these gestures into rituals of intimacy. Both the scalp and the lower abdomen invite emotional surrender when tended to with kindness. However, it all begins with open communication and a willingness to listen, respecting the cues given by the other person. As these zones complete the circuit of sensitive areas, they also inspire a greater reflection. Intimacy transcends physical touch. It's about emotional connection, mutual respect, and intention in every gesture. What more can we learn as we deepen our understanding of such profound connections? Now that you've uncovered the psychological secrets behind these so-called weaknesses, why not turn this insight into action? Each point we've explored here offers an opportunity to rethink your connections and cultivate deeper, more meaningful relationships. Imagine how your life could change if you truly understood the people around you, how it could strengthen your bonds, boost your confidence, and even reshape how you see yourself. Respecting boundaries, understanding the purpose of every interaction, and acting with maturity are the cornerstones of building something truly meaningful. So here's the big question. What's the first step you'll take to put this into practice? Are you ready to let go of old habits and invest in relationships that are richer, more genuine, and deeply human? If this content gave you a fresh perspective, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep receiving insightful and transformational ideas. Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear how you plan to apply these lessons in your own life. Let's continue this journey of growth and discovery together.